Okay, we're going to explain BF2, the explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence. An arithmetic sequence is a sequence such as this that increases at a constant rate, which means you are adding or subtracting the same amount each time. Often this is called the common difference and represented with the variable d, but it should sound familiar. Increasing at a constant rate is a type of linear function. So in this video, I'm going to discuss how the explicit formula of an arithmetic sequence relates to a linear function. So I'm going to be showing two ways to come up with the explicit formula. There is a formula for arithmetic sequences that you saw in the other video. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. We can memorize and use this formula to come up with our explicit form. The first term is -4 plus n minus 1 times, the common difference is -7 because we are subtracting 7 each time. So I would use -7, I would distribute -7n, -7 times -1, +7. And then I would combine my like terms. The first term plus 7 is 3. So -7n plus 3 is equal to a sub n. So that is my explicit formula. I can now use this formula to find any term. If I wanted to find the 20th term, I would substitute 20 for n. 20 times -7 plus 3 would give me the value of a sub 20, which is the 20th term in the sequence. Now let's talk about linear functions. We all know y equals mx plus b for a linear function. Y is the output, x is the input. For a sequence, the sequence values are our outputs. Our inputs would be the sequence position. So this is the first term in the sequence. This is the second term in the sequence. This is the third term in the sequence. This is the fourth. So n is the same as x in y equals mx plus b, and a sub n is the same as y. So basically this is the same equation as y equals -7x plus 3. So did we need to know and use this formula for arithmetic sequences to get to the equation y equals -7x plus 3? No, because we know enough about linear functions to go straight to y equals mx plus b. M, our slope, our constant rate of change, what are we increasing or decreasing by, is -7. B is our y-intercept, which is a point on the y-axis. Every point on the y-axis has an x value of 0. So we're looking for what is the value when x is 0. Well, think about an arithmetic sequence. It always starts with the first term. We don't have a 0th term. But could we work backwards and think what would be the term before that if there were a 0 term? So since we're subtracting 7 in the sequence, work backwards and add 7 to -4. Which is what this formula did. It took my first term and it did the opposite of my common difference. -1 times -7 is where that plus 7. So I ended up adding 7 to -4 to get that value for the explicit formula. I can do that without this formula, knowing that B represents the term when x is 0, or the 0th term if such a thing existed. So I would just work backwards from -4. What would have been before -4? +3. So my y-intercept is 3. Y equals -7x plus 3. Let's be consistent though with the form for sequences, and let's still use n to represent our term position and a sub n to represent the term. So this is finding the explicit formula two different ways. One, by memorizing this formula forever, because you still need to know it for the end of course test. Or two is using what you already know about linear functions and the fact that an arithmetic sequence is just a type of linear function. Let's do one more example. This example is going to be a little different. Instead of giving you the entire sequence, I'm going to give you two terms in the sequence. A sub 15, sorry, that's A sub 16 equals 43, and A sub 32 equals 91. So these are two terms in the sequence. The term's position is my input, and the actual term value is my output. So I'm going to write this as 2 points on a line. So that's really all you need to know, because you already know how to take 2 points on a line and write a linear equation. First, find the slope. The slope formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, 91 minus 43 over 32 minus 16. 91 minus 43 is 48. 48 divided by 16 is 3. So the common difference, or the slope, is 3. Use that and a point and substitute into y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. 91 equals 3 times 32 plus b. 91 equals 96 plus b. Subtract 96 from both sides, and b equals -5. Now I have everything I need to write my explicit formula. A sub n equals 3n minus 5. Now I can use that to find any term in the sequence. Hope that helped. Thank you.